in back gear, and we're running about 75, 80 RPM, something like that, and taking a 200,000 depth of cut on some 7-inch, getting down to 6-inch now, diameter aluminum. I don't know exactly what the feed is. We're on a fine feed with the feed gears. You can't really see that. Yeah, a machine like this will take a lot of metal. It just won't do it very quickly. And this is just roughing, so I'm not getting a great finish, but this machine is capable of some very nice finishes. Just a little shot of the machine in action. Get that here. More light. Big pile of chips under there. Yep, she's back to doing what she was meant to do. Really tempted to grind a chip breaker into this tool. Get these long stringy chips. I'd say probably a 200,000 step to cut and back here is really the most you can expect out of this machine. I'm cheating a little bit. I have a KDK on here, so. It's interesting to note, though, if you look at the original literature with these machines, they would show like that little 9-inch over there taking a 1/2-inch depth of cut. I can't help but wonder, you know, what the hell they were cutting, or they must have had a really, really fine feed on there and a really slow speed to make that happen. But roughing down couple 100,000 step to cut, or 400 off the diameter at a time. Yeah, she'll take it. It's not even in the lowest gear right now. I got one lower speed to go to if I wanted to do it. Yeah, this is. I probably shouldn't be doing that. It's not real safe. People think that aren't knowledgeable think that slower is going to be safer, and the truth is, you got a lot of torque there, and it's actually less safe having a slow running lathe like this, simply because, you know, it doesn't intimidate people as much as the high speed. You know, like, oh, it's slow, I can get away with messing around. Super crappy finish, but like I said, we're roughing. So when I had this machine going before, you know, I could get a finish on stainless with high-speed steel that looked like a brown finish. Actually, there's my little shop buddy. She keeps thinking the chips are playthings. The hammer I made a while back, I made this handle on that machine, and that's stainless, and that was just done with high-speed steel. And it gets used quite a bit. Good little hammer. We got some chips to catch on. Alright, got some pliers handy now so that I can get in and pull them chips away when they start to build up and become an issue. It's starting to get down to depth. I'm about halfway there. I've got a lot of aluminum that's got to come off of this part here, and so I thought it would be a good opportunity to kind of run this machine through its paces and start to get things sort of dialed in. Whoa! So that you can figure out what problems like that. It looks like it just kicked. If you're in a real heavy cut, sometimes your back gear can get kicked out. And that's kind of a safety thing, I think. There's an adjustment down here for the tension. So I could probably increase that tension a little bit. And let's figure out what's happened here. Yeah, it's just chips getting in. Between the tool and jamming things up. Part's starting to warm up, probably relieve a little tension on our center here. And there we go, that's better. Kick it back in and keep going. With this, if you adjust that lever out just a tiny bit, that'll adjust the mesh in your back gears and make it run a little bit smoother. Anyway, getting near the end of this cut, so see you in the next cut. Alright, that was getting annoying, so I went ahead and ground a little bit of a chip breaker into this tool. And hopefully that works. We'll see how she does. I'm gonna touch it up too while I'm at it. Now that is working much better. Well, I've gone and made a mess, but not in a bad way. Had that little mishap with the back gear, but like I said, I believe it's kind of designed that way, you know, as something of a safety so that it will pop out of mesh rather than break something. And I probably have that tension set just a little bit loose on this lever. It should have, I think, a little more drag on it than that. So my Atlas, when I was running my Atlas, was particularly loose, and it, if I recall, it either didn't have an adjustment for that, or I just kind of never dug into it that much. But I used to take a rubber band and put it around the lever. And I actually, on the Atlas, the lever's on the other side, but anyways, same difference. I'd put a little rubber band around the lever to keep it from popping out, and that worked pretty good. A little bit of a slapdash measure. Like I said, the finishes, I'm capable of very good finishes if I want. That's pretty good there on the face. This is super rough. I was getting issues with a lot of that's because chips kept coming in and getting kind of jammed in here in my clearance, and probably put a little too much clearance on that tool. But in any case, I actually grind them that way usually, so that I can just kind of tilt the tool over and face with it. I did cheat a little bit here, having the KDK out, you know. And part of the reason for that is I don't have a lot of good bits on hand that are ground for the Armstrong type holders. And I have my toolbox with me here today, sitting over there, and that's what I usually keep at work, and has a lot of my better tools in it, including various cutters. And at work we use KDKs, and so I just went ahead and grabbed one of my tools that I knew was a good tool, pretty good tool, and you know, used it that way. I do have lots of blanks over here. A little dark in this corner, but there's a whole bunch of tool blanks in there, and I just have been kind of lazy and haven't wanted to grind or regrind much lately. Anyhow, that chip breaker worked really, really well, by the way. They're easy to grind, and just little touch-ups and stuff, you know. That's why I like this grinder over here, because I can get in and really carefully grind little stuff like that, you know. I do have an electric grinder as well that I can rough things in on, but I usually come over to this to finish up or to touch up a tool. Anyways, I did that off camera, but you saw the results. So I'll stop rambling on. Oh, damn it. One moment. Yeah, sorry about that. That rabbit keeps trying to eat the chips and play around in them. And, you know, that's obviously not going to be any good for her, so. But, so back to where I was. The lathe runs great. Only a couple little minor issues that have presented themselves with the drive system. For one, I'm having some issues with my motor pulley and belt slip. So when I'm in the second to highest speed and I try to take a cut, it's just a little bit too much and it wants to slip off. And in the highest speed, when I try to engage, it's just not, it doesn't have all the starting torque that it really needs, because this is a very lightweight line shaft because all the pulleys on it are wood. So you don't have a whole lot of kinetic energy built up. And so that's all kind of going on that motor pulley, and it's just wanting to slip. Part of the issue is this belt isn't the right width, so I think a wider belt will take care of that. If that doesn't work out, this pulley down here, this iron pulley, that's a raw casting. It's not coming out very good on the video, but anyways, that's a raw casting, and I can, you know, go ahead and machine that. It'll be the right diameter, it's wider, and I can go up to like a 2.5 or a 3-inch belt. Then that will also add the flywheel effect to the line shaft, and that will cause it to, you know, have much more starting torque when it's called upon. Other than that, everything else is just running great. The counter shaft has a little bit of a bend in it, but it's not anything to be really too concerned about right now. It is due to be pulled apart one of these days, because I do want to rebuild the at least one of the clutch pulleys. Needs to be bored and bushed, but it is usable for now. And when I do that, I'll probably go ahead and get that shaft in between some centers and figure out where the bends are and get it in the press at work and straighten it up like I did this one here. This one runs very, very straight. It's within like 0.002, I think, when I got done with it. So anyhow, yeah, you got to see the lathe in action a bit. you know, minor issues aside, it certainly has no trouble taking a heavy chip.
At least in this soft aluminum. The chip breaker certainly helped out quite a bit. And, you know, that's a good tip to keep in mind if you're getting problems with long stringy chips. That's actually a large part of the reason the finish was such crap on this, you know, because chips kept getting in and jamming up against it, and I was taking
Very, very heavy cuts. With this same tool, if I take a light cut, it's going to give me a really nice finish.
the rest of this was actually all turned on this lathe too, when I had it set up for a short time before at my old house. But anyhow, I'll try to keep y'all posted as to how this goes. Still haven't brought my Monarch over yet, and I'm still tripping over all the tooling. But you know, there's actually a lot more tooling too in that garage that I need to dig out. So this is, you know, this is most of the large stuff here, but I believe there's some more KDK holders
And probably some collets and other things laying around for it. And there was lots of mill tooling and stuff that was getting thrown in, so.
Anyhow, if you like these videos,
Please do like them. If you have any questions or comments, you know where to put those, and if you'd like to see more, please do subscribe, and have a wonderful day.